Okay, so I thought I'd do a quick sort of overview of my thoughts on Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. It's been out for like a bit less than a week actually, I think. Or about a week. Gameplay wise, it seems fairly decent. It still has the one mechanic that I absolutely hate about Hearthstone and Hearthstone clones is the overhand mechanic where if you draw a card when you're at max hand size, the card you just drew gets destroyed. Which is something I really don't like. Like, because I'm used to like actual real card games where when you overhand limit, you get to pick a card from hand and discard it instead. Which basically means that you do happen to draw your win con, in Shadowverse you just lose it, and you're sort of screwed. But for another game, it's just like you're fine. You have your win con, you discard something else. It's like my biggest pet peeve about these sort of games. Um, and also currently like there's no amulet removal. And honestly, some amulets in the game do feel quite oppressive, like I think a Runecraft Ancient Cannon, which basically whenever you combine artifacts in the artifact deck, it does 2 damage to a random target. And those decks can combine a lot of artifacts, and it doesn't cost me anything to do so. So like, especially if like 2 of those out, like it's very difficult to build a board against. Technically, this one time I had an artifact out, and my opponent did a thing which gave all my followers minus 0, -9, and destroyed the one amulet I had out. So I don't know what caused that, if it was that or something else. But I think every deck can do that. But yeah, so that's sort of like gameplay wise, it's like it's decent. Yeah, one thing I do like about the game, the sort of second point, is the social aspect of it. Rather than just being a traditional card game where you just all it is a card game you play, there's actually a social aspect. There's this thing called the park, where you can see other people and you can customize your avatar. And you can talk to people, you can talk to people, you can actually chat. Like, it's actually like really, really interesting. Like, yeah, and then like you can do the knockout tables, for example, so you can challenge people there and display it up there, and you can also watch it. It's like it's really, really good. Like, this is so cool. This aspect. It's it's sort of just, I think overall the game it's let down a bit about the next thing I want to talk about is the monetization. So basically, with going back to home, so sometimes you have errors like that, but you just retry and it's fine. Packs in this game cost 500 rupees, right? Which is 5 times as much as the old game, but like I guess it's all relative to how much you earn as a reward. But you do get one free one per day. My complaint about the one free one per day, it doesn't count towards your guaranteed legendary card limit, like which is every 10 packs. If you haven't got legendary, you'll get one, so it doesn't count towards that. It doesn't count towards your lucky chest thing. Not ideal, right? But it's fine. But yeah, you get it's all basically 500 rupees, right? So what you did, so every day you get 3 missions, which I think they respawn like 21ish hours after you do them last, and you can get anywhere from 70 to 150 rupees. So that's like 210 to 450 a day just on these missions. And you do get some vials as well. I'm not really gonna think about the vials too much when it comes to monetization and stuff. They definitely do help, but I think you still need to open packs to actually get anywhere and make any progress. So that's your basic stuff, and they give you some extra stuff in the park, right? Oh, what's that sound? Something's happening weird. Okay, so in the park we have quests. Currently, see, we'll go to events first. So currently, because the game's just started, they've been giving us... They gave us a bunch of free shit based on the amount of games played in the Shadowverse bug, which I think we got. It looks like 1, 2, 4 card pack tickets and like 10 keys, which I'll get into keys later, right? And then they're also doing this Rupees Galore event, which basically every day, if you just play a game, you don't have to win and you don't have to lose, as long as you play essentially a match in the lobby, or a lobby match, I think is when you, this. So you end up going to 100 tables and playing. As long as you can finish that without quitting, you get 2 keys and a chest, which I think opens at the end of the event. So that's okay. And then we have the actual quests. So you essentially, every day, you get a daily login bonus of 1 park key, and then as you complete a match at a table, you get another park key. So that's 2 per day, and then you can earn an extra 10 of those a week, as well as some half pack worth of rupees and 200 vials by doing like these extra weekly quests. Right, so that's not a huge amount of stuff though. So that's like, I think that's 24 keys a week. And then there's also, I don't know how long the bingo missions last, like if they're just like a one-off, or like whenever they feel like doing one, we'll do one. I don't know when this resets or not. But yeah, so you can complete a bunch of different quests, and you get some free stuff as well. It's mostly cosmetic stuff, which is kind of cool. Obviously just extra nice stuff. You get some rupees and some park keys. Now getting into the park keys itself, it's what they get you. They're basically more card. It's more gacha. Everyone likes gacha, right? So basically what happens, every card key gets you a randomly thing from this list. I find that the avatar assets are actually quite common, which basically do nothing towards like opening packs or anything. Otherwise, like generally you'll get like 50 cards, 50 vials, 50 rupees. Like sometimes you might get something better, but generally I think I've gotten a few gold cards. I think I've gotten 1 card pack ticket. I might have gotten like 100 rupees once, and maybe 100 vials once, but generally you're not getting a huge, I haven't gotten a huge amount of stuff. Like yesterday I opened 3 and just got 3 avatar assets. So I don't, like this does sort of add some stuff extra to help a bit with like building decks and stuff, but in the grand scheme of things I don't think it's actually that helpful. It doesn't really add that much. Like, I think if you're lucky, like you're probably gonna get an average of like 10 to 20 rupees per thing, unless you get really, really, really lucky and you get like 100 card pack tickets, which is worth like 50,000 rupees. Like, but people have gotten that. You can get that, but it's probably not very common. And one more thing they announced, that adding another event, because of like essentially the 1 million player event, which is, I think it's coming in after the Rupees Galore event ends, where basically you can earn chests from winning in ranked games. And my issue with that is it means you have to win in ranked games. And not everyone's going to be able to win in ranked games very often. Like even if you have like a 50% win rate, which is perfectly average, like it still needs to, you still need to do a number of games. Like, because I don't know how many chests they get up daily, but if it's like 5, you still have to say a 50% win rate, which may not even be the case. There's people, I think mine's worse than that. I also really don't feel like playing ranked games, because you end up going against the top tier meta even if you're in the lower ranks. And it's just like, to me it's not very fun. So the fact you have to do something what personally isn't fun for me to earn stuff is kind of shit. So just based on that stuff, the monetization is not good. I think they gave you enough free stuff at the start, including like reservation stuff, to probably build an okay version of like 1, maybe 2 decks, right? But when the next set comes out, you're not going to have access to all that free stuff. So once we get more and more sets, it's going to be even harder and harder to actually even attempt to play this without spending money. It's kind of insane. Obviously, we don't have the sealed thing available yet, which is probably an okay way of just having, which is a way to just play the game for fun without having to be like playing in ranked and shit. Which is the one thing I kind of probably look forward to giving it a go. But outside of that, in like July, I almost have no interest in playing right now. Like, I'm kind of losing interest because I don't really want to play ranked. Everything seems to be about playing ranked. I'll just quickly go over the Battle Pass. So essentially, how the Battle Pass works is you spend 1,000 of paid currency, and you get a decent amount of stuff back. You get quite a lot of stuff back, right? But in order to get that, you only get 30% of the currency put in, so you can't, like, it's not self-sufficient like other battle passes are. Which is a lot worse. Like with most other games, they basically encourage you to buy a battle pass once, and then you just have to play enough to keep it going, and they're probably happy that they've got the $10 or $20 out of you for a battle pass. These people, this game's just like, nah, just give us like $10 every couple months. But yes, basically the battle pass lasts for every set, basically. So when the next set comes out, this will be ended, and you can get a maximum of 10,000 points a week, which you get 100 points from losing a ranked game, and 250 for winning a ranked game. So at a 50% win rate, right? So for every 2 games, you're getting, so on average, you're getting what? 175 a game, right? And then we go 10,000 divided by 175. So on average, if you have a 50% win rate, you need to play like 58 games a week just to get that. And that's a lot of games. Like, if all you're playing is this, you could probably do that, but not everyone has that much time. Now, they might just be playing, like, maybe they like play like an hour a day or something like that. Or even like maybe 3 hours, like a couple of days a week. And just like, so you essentially need to do that. And it's going to be like, you get like 5 weeks if you're lucky to do this. So you need to do that every week. And they do give you extra stuff. They have missions. The missions require you winning. In online, not ranked games, you can just play other like online games, but you have to win. So locked behind like a whole bunch of points behind, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've locked behind another 10,000 points behind just a whole bunch of wins. Like, if you're a 50% win rate, you have to get 200 games. Although it's not ranked, so your win rate might be a bit better if you're lucky. And I just think this is kind of cancer. Like, it's yeah, I almost bought the Battle Pass, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because this is like very difficult to achieve considering how little I want to play the game. Like, I don't mind playing like a few games, but like I might play like 5 games a day, which is like 35 a week, which is significantly less than this, and I basically have no interest in playing ranked games. They did say, at least when they just gave a description for the missions, they described some stuff which is more than just wins. So it might be possible in the future to like have some things where you have to like play a certain amount of games in a certain deck or something like that, which might make it a bit better. But honestly, overall, right now, I kind of don't want to play the game. And then if I stop playing the game now, I probably won't pick it up again because I'll be so behind. But even though you don't probably have to spend that much to actually essentially max out like the current set, grand scheme of things. It probably isn't that bad unless you get really fucking unlucky. It's still very, very bad, I think. Compared to, like, I think the only thing that might be worse is like MTG Arena. But even, I don't think it is, because in MTG Arena, I figured I might as well sort of go into the Arena monetization. But I do think it is one of the worst, but I prefer it to the Shadowverse one. So how it works, it does have some win stuff. So this is daily. Essentially, if you can get every win you get, doesn't matter where it is, whether it's in ranked, normal mode, anything, like events, it could be a fun event going on, you get stuff. So I think in total you get a bunch of XP for a battle pass, you get like, I think only like 550 gold, which is half a pack, and a bunch of like cards, free cards and stuff, right? So just ignoring that. So like, obviously the maximum potential daily is, I think, actually better than Shadowverse, because you get one mission a day. You only get one, but it's half. Each of these missions, which are easy to do, gives you half a battle pass level. You don't have to win ranked, you can just play this. And once per day you can basically refresh run. All of these are very easy to do. They either attack with a creature, kill an opponent's creature, cast a spell of a certain color. Like, it's simple. It's so easy. And you can stack them. So you only have to log in once every 3 days to get these. So you can play every 3 days. Play like 5 games, you don't have to win them, and you'll get your rewards for it. And that builds up a battle pass, right? So battle pass is good. Yeah, so that's basically it. So every 3 days, assuming you might get some wins as well, you get like 2 packs of stuff. Not a huge amount. But there is a battle pass. I think you have to scroll this way. I don't know whether... Does a battle pass can cost 200 gems? Oh no, it costs 1300. Or 3200. So you don't get that much, I don't think. So that's 12. Yeah, so you only get... You get slightly more back when you do with the Shadowverse one. But what's important here is what you can do with your free currency, right? Right, but what you can do, right, you can save up your coins. Instead of buying them on packs, I do not recommend you ever do. Never buy packs in Arena unless you absolutely hate limited events. If you hate limited events and suck at them, maybe buy packs, but generally I don't recommend it. What's a mythic pack? Does it have a guarantee? I'm gonna buy a pack, I'm sorry. What's this? I think Mythic Pack, I don't know what that is. I think we must have guaranteed Mythics, which is equivalent to Legendaries. So you can buy packs for 30% more that have a guaranteed Legendary in it. We might as well open this Mythic Pack to see what it is. What is in a Mythic Pack? Is it guaranteed Mythic? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the one thing I would like to point out for people who haven't played Magic the Gathering, comparatively to Shadowverse, so Shadowverse, you have like the X amount of cards in like, each set, right? You have your neutral cards you can use in any deck, and then you have your specific thing like in this craft, right? In Magic, for example, with Final Fantasy set, there is 309 cards in the Final Fantasy set, for example. So in Shadowverse terms, they're all neutral. So theoretically, you potentially need all of those to make a deck. Usually you won't, because color restrictions and stuff make things harder to play. But yeah, so you need more cards. So obviously it's not going to be the best. But I don't know, I just like that you're not, even though you're rewarded to like playing daily and getting wins, you only have to come. Like, you don't have to be, it's not a day job. You can chill and just play whenever you want. But one thing I do want to mention is we have draft. I don't really like quick drafts these days. But let's just look at a quick draft. So let's save up 5,000 coins, which is like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you can play a quick draft. So with the draft, you're given 3 card packs. and you basically draft a deck out of it. So you take a card from your first pack, pass to the next person, you grab one from there. So you build a deck like that. Once you've built a deck, every single card you picked, you get to keep. It's part of your collection in this game. And then, based on number, if you lose, win no games, you get 50 gems in the pack. You get a free pack. So it's not worth it, but you get 50 gems. And if you get like 3 wins, you get 300 gems in one pack. So you're building your collection. It's not cost efficient, so you're basically paying 2,000 silver gold more than you would for just buying the packs. But you also, depending on how well you do, you're getting, you have free chance. You get up to 3 losses basically. You win as much as you can. And you get slowly more and more rewarded with premium currency you can use, for example, on the battle pass. Or what I like to do, when you get new sets, you'll get sealed, right? And sealed, you can only play with premium currency. But what you get with sealed, you get 6 packs, you make a deck out of 6 packs. And then, no matter if you lose, you get 3 packs back and 200 gems. But if you get 3 wins, which is usually pretty good, you get almost half your cost back. But like, this is, because I enjoy sealed. So my usual thing is, I'll play drafts. But I do like, you can just casually play this, like, every 3 days, log in, play some games, slowly save up your coins, turn those coins into premium currency, and then buy all the premium currency and shit. Like, you can just casually play and progress. But in Shadowverse, if you're not playing every day, you're losing. You're not gaining stuff. You need to log in every day for daily rewards. And there doesn't seem to be any way to get premium currency. And it's just like, I don't know, like, as bad as this is, I actually would prefer playing this than Shadowverse right now. No, if I'm gonna play this, I just, to show you this, I had to download a 10 gigabyte patch, that's how long it's been since I played this. And then you have Master Duel, which is honestly one of the best. If you know what deck you want to build, they give you enough gems from starting the game to build one full deck, and then maybe enough for another, and they give you a lot of stuff. So once you build your first deck, you're pretty much golden for a bit. And then, just to go back to the Pokemon Live, my issue with that is the only way to spend money on packs to open stuff is to actually buy packs physically, which is a lot more expensive usually than it would be than just if I just digital only. Because I'd like some options, honestly. I do like how you can pay a pack code, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think overall, while the gameplay is decent and the park is really, really cool, I think how difficult it is to build decks, plus potentially balance isn't the best either. But the issue, like how difficult it is to build decks, especially going forward once we get more sets, like it'll be even harder to keep up in my opinion. Like I don't think I can recommend this game. Like maybe it will get better, maybe if I do some fixes, maybe the arena mode will actually be really fun. So I definitely might just stick around doing bare minimum just until we get to arena mode and see if that actually like gives me a desire to play, but as it stands now, it's not looking good for me in this game. But yeah, thank you for coming, and if you have your own thoughts on the game, give us a comment below, maybe give us a subscribe and a like, and I will see you with another video at some other point in the future.